Welcome to the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. Wherever you are today, if you're starting with nothing or are well on your way to the success you desire, with the right people, processes, and promotions in place, you will be unstoppable. And now, I'd like to introduce your host, Mike Stromsoe.
Welcome, everybody, to the next episode of the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. This is Mike Stromsoe coming to you live from the Living Agency Laboratory. And today's episode, I have been trying to make this happen for quite some time. And the man that I am honored to have on the podcast today, not only a longtime friend, but a business colleague who does over 70 trade show events a year, plus travels, plus helping entrepreneurs, plus being involved in the tech side of the industry and everything else surrounding that. But I was finally able to corral him and get just a few minutes of his time. Welcome to the podcast, Todd Sorrel from EPay Policy. Todd, how are you today, sir?
Man, I'm great, Mike. It's always an honor to be in your presence and be around you. And congrats on the show here. This is really cool. We feel blessed to be on the show and take part of this.
Well, you know, we have a story behind that. You were kind enough to help me at one of my very first large keynote events. We'll just drop, 9 years ago. And it was kind of the beginning of getting out there and helping agents. And we were both kind of starting out in business and feeling our way around where we wanted to go and how we wanted to really make an impact. And I remember that day you encouraged me because I felt that I did not do a good job that day. It was a lesson day for me, but you were there in support. So thank you for that. I've never forgotten you being there that day for me.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, I remember that. That was here in Austin at the Joe Vincent seminar IIAT had hosted. And man, I was pumped to have you here. Of course, you're my friend. I love hanging out with you. So it was a bonus for me. But I thought you did awesome, man. I mean, people love hearing what you have to say and your message. And always nuggets. I mean, Mike, you've always got something great to share with others.
Well, there's been wins and there's been lessons, but now that we've had this journey, let's get, speaking of nuggets, let's talk about the EPay Policy nuggets. But before we go there, share a little bit about, who you are. People that may not know Todd Sorrel or anything about you. I mean, tell us a little bit about your family, where you're based out of, etc.
Yeah. I'm Todd Sorrel. I'm one of the co-founders here at EPay Policy, and we are a growing company here focused only on insurance in the IA space to really assist agencies to speed up receivables and payables by using online payment methods. We have a platform for agencies and MGAs and brokers and premium finance companies and carriers alike. And so we've really kind of made ourselves like this hub, if you will, in a way of being almost a toll booth in a way of just payments and information being swapped between all those entities in our space. But we love doing it. My background is insurance. I got my start in premium finance many years ago and met you when I was young in that business and growing and trying to figure it out and watching out for pitfalls and trying to adopt the right strategies and implement the right things in place. And so, that was back in 2002 when I started. I think we met about in 2009 or 10. And I've just been in the space since. I can't believe it's gone by so fast. And in fact, I just had a 46th birthday, and I'm like the oldest guy at the company now. I don't know how that happened. But I love this space. This space is wonderful. It's about people taking care of others with their risk and their needs and finding the right coverages for them. And it's just this space has been great to me and my family. It's taught me a ton. I've developed in it. I've made wonderful relationships and friendships in this space. And really, EPay Policy, we've tried to just exude that too, about us sharing and reaching out to our customers because they're right. They are right. They'll tell us kind of where our product direction needs to go or the features and benefits we need to add and make better. So we're always listening to them. But we founded the company about 7 years ago. And we're right at about 35 employees now, based in Austin, Texas. And
wow.
Having a lot of fun. We really are.
Fantastic. Congratulations. I wasn't aware you'd gotten so many team members. That is fantastic. So speaking of team members, you got some family team members. You're married to Megan.
Yes. Yeah. Team members at home for sure. And could not have grown the company or even started this concept to go to market EPay Policy what it is today without them behind me and their support. So Yeah, Megan, my wife, and 3 kids, Paige, John, and Redford. And we stay busy all the time with them. And they're certainly have been along for the journey too with EPay Policy and their growth. So yeah, it's been quite the journey.
Yeah, and you're based out of the great state of Texas, God's country, is what I've been taught by my friends in Texas.
That's right. It's God's country here. That's the Lone Star State, baby. When are you moving here?
Hey, we'll see what happens in the future. You don't know what you don't know, right?
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for all you've done. So, the great thing about EPay Policy, and not only because of the relationship and the trust, because we're going to be talking a little bit about money today, and money does follow trust. But the great thing about EPay Policy is, I learned, you mentioned 2002 way back when. 2001 roughly is when we quit making paper files. I mean, paper files, some people may not even know what I'm talking about, but, we quit making them back then, and the consultant we hired way back when said, Mike, just for clarity purposes, get clear. You are in the protection business.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
in the protection business. And I've never forgotten that statement because, at the end of the day, in the insurance agency business, we are in the protection business. We're not in the money collection business.
That's right.
And that's why I love the partnership with EPay Policy. And EPay Policy was built by insurance professionals for the insurance industry. It's on a mission to replace paper checks, if there is such a thing in any agencies anymore, for all agency bill policies by offering a convenient, secure solution for independent agencies, brokers, MGAs. And I am so pleased to say I've noticed most of our MGAs that we deal with use EPay Policy. When I saw that pop up, I'm going, yes, you made my life so much easier. Thank you. And premium finance companies, EPay Policy is transforming the way independent insurance agencies collects payments and sends funds. And I know you didn't expect this, Todd, but I did some quick research on you before we started today, and I've got in front of me your current integrations include AMS 360, AIM, Sajita, QQ Catalyst, Finance Pro, Applied, Varuna, JetFile, Now Certs Engineering Inc., MGA, Novadia, Virtual MGA, and I was happy to see Insurance Agent app on there because we also use that. In addition to that, you've got branded payment pages, trust account compliance, a reporting dashboard, live customer support, additional color options, image assist, upload attachments, recurring payments, custom disclaimer confirmation, custom notes text, custom form fields, integrated page features, which includes auto sync invoices, invoice reminders, batch payables, auto pay, dashboard admin, payables, pre-fill payment page, e-receipts, shall I say more? And that's just a few of the things that EPay Policy has grown into to better support the independent agency journey, because we are in the protection business, not in the money processing business. That's what you handle for us. So let's dig in. I mean, I knew I just dropped a lot of stuff, and we can all find that at, verify the website for me is?
EPayPolicy.com. Yeah.
EPayPolicy.com. So yeah, everything that I just mentioned is on EPayPolicy.com. So go check it out for yourself. So Todd, I've been on this journey for 34 years. And as you've grown as a company, congratulations on your success. Why do I keep seeing EPay Policy all over the industry in a more growing way? What's going on? What's the latest?
Man, kudos to the team behind me. Our marketing team does a great job of just connecting with our customers, and we work with, we have 30 state endorsements out there that are exclusive through the big eyes around the country. And that includes really your big four states where you really do have most of 51% of your E&S business, which is Texas, well, first California, Texas, Florida, then New York. We have deep relationships with them, which is great because when you talk about trust, Mike, earlier, that trust is really a cornerstone of those associations. They provide lobbying efforts, continuing education, they consulting work. They also recommend technology too. So us going to the associations allows us to partner with them, provide copy and content, education materials. Even we started CE classes in California and also in Texas with them too around electronic payments. Because there's a little bit of education around handling that sensitive data when you have customers wanting to make you a payment. So that's just a little bit about it. But really, when I think about the genesis of this and how this all kind of evolved over time, is I go back to Amazon, right? Amazon is this whole experience online, and it's really just, it set the expectation for a lot of things in our life and when we want it, how we want it, and in the payments when you go to check out in your cart. I mean, can you imagine checking out now and a window pops up and says, hey, please mail us a check? You would be like, what? You'd throw your phone out the window, and it would just be like completely unacceptable to this day. So we just felt like an insurance, why not? Why not? Why not get to the end of you got the policies and the deck page, you're ready to go, this client's ready to bind insurance, they're excited, the relationship's in place, the effective date's coming up soon, or maybe even today. And why not just give them an online option where they can just simply, easily on their phone, no matter, people are so mobile these days. I mean, how much are we doing on our phones? Is mind-blowing. I mean, it's just, pick something. I mean, you can even, my daughter got braces the other day, never went in to see a dentist. It was all by a phone and an app. They had a contraption that attached to the cell phone. She put it up to her mouth, took pictures, measurements, all that, Wi-Fi connected to them. And she's doing Invisalign. So they just started mailing her trays that over time she changes out. But that's just a simple example of the things that we're working from because we're all so mobile. And in insurance, we were always just like, how can we serve the IA space and make it easy and get the insurance agents, because they don't want to be in the collections business, like you mentioned. Like, you're in the rules of coverage business and taking care of them for all the things they have going on in their life. And so why not just get them out of collections and we'll just saddle next to you and just white label everything. So it's your branding and your messaging in front of that customer, because that's where relationship lives. It really does. We just want to sit in the background and make sure those payments, that information flows to the right areas and everyone understands that transaction, when it took place and what all it involved.
Wow. I mean, you're absolutely right. The world is moving faster than we can keep up with sometimes. And the story about your daughter, Paige, correct?
Yeah. Right.
Wow. That's amazing. So, and I know you're heavily involved in supporting the technology within the industry. You have an annual event when it can happen, correct? Some kind of Insurtech event. I'm going off subject here, but
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. This is our third year to do it, in fact. But it's the InsurtechAward.com,
right.
And really, honestly, it is a free analysis of where your agency is as far as technology. Your technology, you hear the word a lot, technology stack, and all that means is if you're using Word and you're using a VoIP phone system, those are technology stacks. Those are components that you use in your office that a lot of those connect, some of them don't. But when we talk about tech stack, that is one of the things we review for your agency for the award. And of course, we'll announce a winner in October, but it's something we do. This is our third year. It's free to sign up. It's a 25 question survey online. But after you complete that, we're going to send you a report on your agency and says, that just kind of just reviews, here's the technology we see that you're using today, and here's a lot of recommendations that we see that are being used from agencies that have a lot of success leveraging technologies to better grow their agency in sales, marketing, organizational communication, operations at the agency, all those different like sub-organizations that make an agency click today. We take a kind of a broadband, a broad swath view of all that technology that ties in those sub-organizations and see how we can make some recommendations for you. So we score them. It's kind of a report card in a way. It's free. It's online. And feel free to check it out.
Is there a separate URL for that?
There is. Yeah, it's InsurtechAward.com.
InsurtechAward.com.
Any agency. It doesn't matter where you are, if you're captive or whatever, or if you're, no matter what, small, large, medium, it doesn't matter. We're happy to do a free review.
Well, the great thing about that is it really helps people identify where they are. And I know that's your heart, and I know that's the reason you do it, because, we've all been somewhere, and we're all going somewhere, in the words of Earl Nightingale, right? So At the end of the day, Nido Cobain also said, he didn't say this, but regardless of your past, you have a spotless future. Somebody else said that, but, your starting point is right now and today. So regardless of where you've been or where you're at, identify that starting point, get the awareness, and go forward, because you do have a spotless future. So we do have a spotless future, and that's the great thing. So, Todd, next, I want to know, why not use a service like PayPal or Square or some other service like that claims to be fast and easy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both of those serve very unique markets. For example, PayPal really focuses on that shopping cart online experience with like products and goods, and Square really is kind of that artisan that's outside the office that needs a dongle and a mobile type of application to take payments. I think of artists, or I think of farmers markets and things like that that really need to be outside of a kind of a network in a way. And they're very broad too. They service all kind of different verticals. And when it comes to EPay Policy, how we compete with that is we're focused on insurance. We know insurance really, really well. We understand the needs of the insureds when they need to make payments. And it's mobile compatible too, but this is the only vertical we really go after. And the reason is because there's so many nuances, and it's highly regulated business. And we have to understand that too. And so regulation comes with compliance and understanding that certain things have to be, there's accountability around all of this, and there's certifications, but we just understand that. And I think a lot of, like, for example, I think even like QuickBooks has a payment, they won't even get an insurance. PayPal, if they find out you're in insurance, they will turn your account off. Square has some limitations too, because it's very regulated. You really have to understand how payment facilitation works when it comes to agencies and accepting premium payments that way. And then and again, we haven't gone outside of insurance for that reason. We love this niche. We want to stay here. We've had opportunities to go outside of this, but we really want to stay in this niche here because we just understand really all the entities up and down the value chain of insurance.
Yeah, and you have a family history in insurance, so you're now generational,
Right.
and therefore you have the background. I mean, you grew up under your dad's wing in his independent insurance agency business, so you know it almost like nobody else. But bigger than that, our trust account is really important to us. And that's one of the things I love about EPay Policy. Somebody goes online, makes a payment, I get an emailed receipt, boom, money drops into my trust account. I don't have to blink. I just move on to continue protecting people and serving people. So,
yeah, no doubt. I mean,
and these other companies out there, you're right. They're dealing with, who knows how many industries. They don't know our industry intimately like EPay Policy does. That is fantastic. So how do services like EPay Policy help agencies as they move to a new hybrid remote workforce? With everything we're going through right now, it's continuing to change, and it's going to keep changing.
Yeah, no doubt. I think agencies have to look at their business from a different light now. They have to take a step back and reflect how they're doing things and all the processes and tech that they have in place to support their agency. Everything from client communication to communicating inside the office. We use a product called Slack. It eliminates all of the inter-office emails back and forth and all those different versions and replies and reply alls. All that's gone. It's in Slack, and it's all recorded in history. That's a tool we use, and we love that. And that's just one example there. But agencies are going to have to take a reflection of their entire business and from top to bottom and say, what do we do now? And I think a lot of agencies have been doing this for a long time, especially agencies that have multiple licenses in different states. Because how do you service a customer? You're in California, Mike, you have a client in Nevada. Like, how would you ever service them? How would you take care of them? You have to leverage technology to do that. So a couple of things that we've seen today take place is EPay Policy, electronic payments, has got a direct spotlight on it because of COVID-19. And it's because people do not want paper coming from who knows where into their office with who knows what on it. So there's a safety factor there was around that. Also, too, the face-to-face, people are not in the office, they're in remote, so they're not checking the mail regularly and that kind of thing. So electronic payments really fits in there well, where they can track and reconcile through our online dashboard, which is super easy to use. And just like a banking software online, we offer a way for accounting teams to really monitor those incoming payments and those payables too. But also too, DocuSign, products like that too fit in this category as well. I mean, when's the next time you're going to see your customer face to face to get something signed? It needs to go electronic, and I think a lot of things do follow that process, having to go electronic. It's just like documents. I mean, there should be no file cabinets in your office anymore. Stick them in the cloud. You can always pull them when you need them. There's a lot of things like that. I think agencies really need to just kind of take a look at the business and really think about things a little bit different.
Yeah, step back and envision the future. Vision is the art of seeing things that other people can't see. So sometimes when you step back, especially when you bring somebody from the outside, like our awesome partners like EPay Policy and other people, and just really try to game plan and envision the future, we can see it in a whole new way. So you
I think too, let me add.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think agencies I saw a statistic, agencies are only using 27% of the capabilities of their management systems. So I know that there's a lot of things already built in that you're already paying for that you should really take a hard look at. So if you're working with Vertafore or Applied or Hawksoft or others, really reach out to your rep and dig in with them and just say, hey, what are you seeing tools out there that are people really adopting these days for efficiencies and higher productivity? Because you may already have access to it.
Right, absolutely. And you dropped the names of a lot of different companies in the last 5 minutes or so. So let's talk about integration for a second. There's tons of buzz about this concept. Why is it such a huge topic nowadays?
Yeah, it's the connectivity of things, right? Or the Internet of Things, as people say, the IoT, and how, why is my thermostat now tied to the Internet? Or I saw refrigerators the other day, they're tied to the Internet too. So you can walk up and it'll give you the weather outside. I mean, just why are all these things having to be connected? But when we think about insurance, all those things really should be connected. If you think about this for a second, someone makes a payment today. They send you a paper check. It comes in the mail. It has to be opened. It has to be deposited. It has to be entered manually into the system, or a file uploaded through a NACHA file supplied from your bank. There's a ton of steps right in there involved. Our integration process removes all of that. Someone goes online to your website, Stromsoe Agency, SIAonline.epaypolicy.com. They make you a payment, and the integration works like this. They make a payment. Everybody gets an e-receipt, which is binding notification right there. You can bind at that moment because those emails have confirmed a payment is made. That email then drops into all the inbox of the administrators and the commercial lines managers and so forth. But also that information writes back into your management system as an unposted batch or a cash receipt. Depends on what system you're using, but it lets the CSR or those that are in charge of that specific account know that, oh, a payment was made. Here's when it was made. Here's how they made it. Was it a partial payment? Was it not? Can I accept it? Can I reject this? Or you have all these options available to you now. So it's just streamlining the way, again, get out of the collection business, get into the insurance business, and just streamline the way you get those funds. I mean, it's real important that you have to get those funds these days, even now more than ever because of our lack of connectivity from the face-to-face being removed. And integration is the key for that. It really is. It'll boost your agency productivity, and it'll really improve your agency bottom line.
Absolutely. And I can't emphasize enough how the last thing that you just said is absolutely accurate. It will improve your agency's bottom line in so many ways. Thank you for bringing this platform to our businesses. And in addition to that, we also use EPay Policy for UPP to make it seamless and easy so people can grow their businesses, create wealth, and have more freedom. So you've unleashed that on the world too, and you didn't even know that. So thank you. Yeah. So Todd, I love the fact that it's seamless, and people, you have your own portal, because I know we have our own portals. We can just log in, we can see everybody, and we have a complete reconciliation platform. We have a user port area where we can add and delete users if we want to, as far as who's managing this and doing that. What else is within their own private portal once they become a partner of EPay Policy?
Yeah, absolutely. When someone signs up, they get two things. They get a payment page, which is a URL. They can put it on their home page for clients making payments. They can put that URL on their invoices or statements to show their customers, hey, I've got an online payment method these days. But the second thing they receive is an online dashboard. And that online dashboard, just like you said, it allows you to just track payments as they come in real time. But it also, you can add users, you can change your logo out. We have an automatic flyer in there that you can download that has your logo and branding on it, so you can email that to your client base to let them know, create the awareness that you have electronic payments now. But also, too, some of our new features we've added are just making payables, like you mentioned before. And you can hit a drop-down box, pick Burns & Wilcox, RT Specialty, Amwins, and others, and you can submit your funds now via ACH online through that method. And it's just that along with, we have invoice reminders for integration products. That's in the dashboard too. We have batch payables. So if you want to do a batch payable instead of one-offs, you can do that as well. So there's just a ton of functionality in there, in that dashboard that I think you'll love. I mean, when we pitch this when we have a chance to pitch this or show this or do a demonstration for accounting teams, man, their eyes really light up. They just love the fact that all the things that we're doing manual live now online, where they can see it all right in front of them, and it's really well organized.
Fantastic. So how can people set up a demo?
Super easy. Just go to epaypolicy.com and click on see a demo or sign up to. And we have a chat bot there with a live person who can run you through a quick demo. It's only 15 minutes of your time, but it may add, I think that 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, add a ton of value to your agency. And you kind of get your head around to how electronic payments works today. It's much different than it used to be. We've come across agents that said, Todd, I've had merchant account agreements before through my bank, and it's been cumbersome, and it's been this and that, and they've made me do this, and I've had to buy swipe terminals, and like none of that exists anymore. And we've really made it super simple for agencies to sign up, offer electronic payments, and really get down to business, which is what they do best, which is insurance.
Protecting people and serving people. So the other thing I love, what's your maximum limit now? Or does that fluctuate based on the bank?
Yeah. So we start off with individual transactions start off with a $75,000 limit right off the bat. But if you want to reach out to us and raise that, we can certainly raise that for you. I think we go up to like $300K on those limits for a single transaction. And it's super simple. And keep in mind too, insurance is so unique and different than other spaces. For example, if you go to a store and you go to Nordstrom's or a store and buy a shirt, they're going to bake in all that merchant costs into their pricing because they can change the pricing of the product that they're selling. Insurance is different. We can't touch or change the price of the premium. Only underwriters can do that. So when you think about credit cards in the context of insurance, they can't add a fee on that. Insurance payment processors like EPay Policy can step in, be the payment processor, and pass that fee to the payer. So for example, we do 3.25%. It's all 4 major brands on credit cards. It's a flat rate, no matter if you're using your Amex Silver card or if you're using a Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. Super easy, flat rate, 3.25%. And ACH is a flat $3. So if you get to a point where you just would rather not pay for those points for miles or rewards, you can do ACH. It's only a flat $3. It's super simple. All of those choices are on the same payment page for your agency.
Yep.
So it makes it super simple and easy to follow too. So we just, making it easy is the name of the game. Let's just make this simple.
Yeah, and just for clarity purposes, for any agency entrepreneur out there listening or agency leader, you can now pass that on to the customer. So you accept credit cards right there on the portal, or they can do it via ACH. And I know that there's other MGAs that we deal with that go ahead and absorb that $3 ACH fee, which we appreciate. I mean, it's a banking cost and it's a transactional cost. But if you look at the value of your time, and I encourage every agency entrepreneur out there to go back. I mean, if you want to look at your tax return for the most recent year and divide it by 2,080 working hours, that's your value per hour. And that's what's going out the window when you're sitting there struggling with this versus being able to serve and protect people. Todd, I know we could go on a long time. Here's the bottom line. Get on epaypolicy.com, schedule a demo, or if somebody is ready to go right now, what do they have to do to try EPay Policy?
Yeah, there's no sign-up costs, there's no cancellation fees. If you really want to just sign up and just give it a shot for a month, that is super easy to use. It's epaypolicy.com. Click on sign up. It's a 5-step process. You'll be ready to go within 48 hours. Make sure when you sign up, though, make sure you use this code right here, #UPP2020 when you sign up. So we're offering 2 free months for those that are watching the podcast that want to use this coupon code with us. We have 2 different products. So we have 3 different products here. One's $20 a month for a basic payment page. You get your logo on it. Super easy to use. We have a more customizable one that you can add fields. You can add recurring payments. You can save payment methods for future payments if they want to schedule those. You can add disclaimers, all kinds of things on the customizable page. That's $50 a month. And we have some integrated products too, depending on your management system too. So feel free to reach out to us, use the code to sign up, and we'll serve you well, and reach out to us via our website too if you just want to have a quick chat about it and if you had some questions.
Yeah. Well, I can say this. I have trusted EPay Policy for many, many years, and I will continue to trust EPay Policy. And that's why we bring people like Todd Sorrel to the podcast, because these are trusted business partners, which are the reason that we're able to continue to grow our business, create wealth, and have more freedom to live life on our own terms. They are part of the people and the process mechanism behind our living agency laboratory. Todd, as we wrap this up today, I know something about you which people may or may not know, so I want you to share as we wrap this up. Aggie 100, tell us more.
Oh yeah, Aggie 100. Yeah, that was an award we applied for a long time ago with the Texas A&M University, their business school, the Mays Business School, offered or launched an award back in probably 15 years ago, and we won it like 3 years in a row. Back in the day, and it was a lot of fun. It was an honor. It was really kind of a time when we were having massive growth, and it was quite an honor to win that. But it was a fun award, really share with the team, and just kind of get our name out there too around that award. It was cool.
Well, it's part of the journey, my friend, right?
For sure, it all is, man. No doubt.
Yeah, so just make your life easier. Go to epaypolicy.com, schedule a demo, or if you're just ready to go to epaypolicy.com. Go ahead and sign up. Make sure you put in hashtag UPP2020, and you can follow ePay Policy at epaypolicy.com on Twitter. And I know you're out there in the universe because you are a techie. We are grateful to your support for our industry through the Insurtech program, and we'll make sure we get some more information out there somewhere below this particular podcast link so people have access to all of that. Todd Sorrel, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your continued contributions to our industry. And anything last words of wisdom to add?
Man, just thank you, Mike. You know, you pour so much into others, and you've been a mentor and a friend to me, and I always learn something from you, and I love it. And it's been an honor to be on your show, the podcast, and continued success to you, the agency, and UPP. We all here at ePay Policy wish you the best, and thank you for the promo and the friendship. I look forward to seeing you soon in the future, hopefully face to face.
We will see you very, very soon, and thank you for your friendship and your mentorship as well. We are all definitely better together. All right, everybody. Hey, get out there, make a difference, be unstoppable, leave no regrets, and get out there and take action. It's the only thing that's going to lead to the next win. It's going to lead to some lessons too, but we are in this together. Todd, to you and your family, take care, be safe, be well.
Thank you, my friend. You too.
All right, everybody. I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Thank you for listening. If you would like to listen to more episodes or share this podcast with someone you care about, please visit www.unstoppableprofitpodcast.com. Now go out and make a difference. Be unstoppable and leave no regrets.